Hello there. We're going to be building finally our footer. First of all, let's just make some changes to the last section of the FAQ. If you notice well from the design, the button is a little bit out of the frequently asked or the details section. So let's just make some changes to that. So now HTML will go and get the home link container and just put it outside that section. Okay. So you see now it's closer to the end. So we can just maybe add margin left or padding left to 98 pixel. So go to style home link container. And then just do padding left 98 pixel. We also want to take from the details container the margin bottom we had there. Okay, all right. So okay, sorry about that. That's padding right, not padding left. Padding right. Let's see it. Okay. All right. So padding right 98. All right. So I think this is fine. All right. So we can go to our footer section now. Let's create a footer. So we'll go to our HTML and let me collapse this. FAQ. All right, so we'll go and have our last section for the home page. Give it a class of footer. All right, so looking at our footer, you'd see that we have basically two sections, top and bottom. The top is divided into three sections, the left, the middle, and the right. And then you have the bottom section. So let's break that down into two divs. Right, and then this, you can name it footer top section, and then we have the footer bottom section. Okay, so for footer top section, we have three parts, right? So we have the left, the right, or the middle, and then the right. So let's name this footer left. All right. Okay, so we can name that footer left, and then footer left has two sections where you have the logo and then the paragraph. So let's divide that. Okay, so this section will have the logo SRC. So our logo is an images/logo PNG. You can check the size of that logo. And the size is about 206 pixel. So give the width 206. All right, and then the text, to copy this and put it right here. Format this a bit. Okay. All right, so we have that. So let's go to the second section. Second section has a header and then a list. So let's name this That should be resources. Let's give it a class called resources. And here you have your header 4, and you have a group of lists. Get started. So I'm just going to edit this with the other links. Actually, these are supposed to be links. So in the list, I'm going to just wrap the text in an anchor tag. So, so let's just do this. So I wrap this here. I wrap this here. All right, so I can just clone this and then use it, just make edits or edit it to fit the third section, company, change resources here to company, also change class, or I can leave it at resources. It seems to have the same styling. Then I can change this. Also this. And finally, the last content. Okay, so we're done with that. Now we can come to the bottom section. And then in the bottom section, we have 3 sections. You can see privacy policy and like the, let's say the trademark or something. And then we have 3 social media um, images. All right, so let me just quickly download this 3. All right, so all right, let's go ahead and then add this. All right, so let's go ahead and then format or put in the second section. So let's copy this. Okay, let's put it in a small. And also copy the second. And then let's have a div of images. Okay, let's use a span this time. So we can duplicate or triplicate this. And we have image, source. So the first icon, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Okay, alt, and then width. You can see specs 40 pixel. And then put this here. So this would be Facebook, Facebook, and this would be Instagram. Of course, if we're putting adding links to this, we'll have to wrap them in an anchor, right? Okay. So okay. So let's see how it looks like on the page. All right, so we have content, all our content there. What we have to do next is let's start designing or adding styling to it. So we check the padding. All right, padding top 67, left 184, 83. Okay, so we're going to get the selector for the footer. Padding, we use the shortcuts. 67. For left and right, 187 pixel. And I think it's 3 pixels for the bottom. All right, next is we need the background image and then the color. So we're going to use a shortcut. So this is the background color. All right, so let's use the shortcuts background, which accepts the background color, and then the image. We have it's in our images slash footer background, and then also you can say no repeats, so it doesn't repeat the image. So let's see how it looks. Okay, so we have that here. All right, next thing we want to do is we want to style the top section. So let's flex the top section. So footer top section, we have that here. Display flex, justify content space between, and all right, okay. All right, so let's come to the left section and first of all give it a maximum width of 234 pixel. So footer left, maximum width of this. We can also give this a color white. Okay, and then let's check for the average font size. All right, I think most of them, okay, so this is 16, this is 20, and this is 20. So let's just give a font size of 20, so that the ones that have different font size will just specify them. 20 pixel. All right, let's see how it looks. Okay, all right. So next thing we want to do, let's focus on the left, and then give this margin bottom of 24 pixel. All right, let me just do this. Total left. All right, so let's do total left P. Let's use the paragraph selector. Margin top 24 pixel. And then for this, let's style. All right, so let's style this. The list header. So this has a font width of 700. Okay. All right, so let's select that. That should be the. All right, that should be the resources H4 font width of 700. Let's also give margin bottom 32 pixel, margin bottom 2 rem, which is also the same thing as 32 pixel, 2 rem. All right, let's take out the list styling and give this font size of 16 pixel. So how do we select that? All right, we can see resources, UL, and then, so we can see the resources, UL, this style, none to take out the bullets. All right, we can also say the font size 1 rem, and then the distance, take this, just paste it here. So the UL, the list, padding bottom 1 rem. Okay. All right, so we have this here, and then so this font size 1 rem. Let's give it font size 2. Okay. All right, so let's go and focus on the other section, the bottom section. There's a gap of 54 pixel. So let's look for the selector. So we're done with the top section. So the bottom section, margin top 52 pixel. Okay. Let's see what the gap says. The gap between 3 sections, this is 36, and this is 36. So let's just use this. Display, flex direction, column, gap, 36 pixel. And then we can give it color white, and also align items center. Okay, align item center, and let's see what the size is. 16 pixels, 16 pixel. All right, so let's just change the small, because the small comes with a default size. So let's just change the small to span. Okay, I think this looks better. Okay. All right, so I can also see this paragraph has a line height of 28 pixels. So let's give that also. So the styling, left paragraph. All right, so the text, kind of has some spacing, between it. So I think yeah, so I think this is the page. All right, so just something I wanted to show you, right? I noticed some things that could have been styled at once. I think with the headers, H3 headers, yes, H3 headers. So I noticed CCC, they have, okay, CCC, font weight of 700, right? So what I can do is I can just put this here. H3 font weight of 700. Sorry. So I can put this here. So it covers the whole all the H3 used. So I can just take out this, because instead of having it in several places, I can, okay, I think also the size. So let me just take this out too. All right, so let me add this, the size, font weight. And then font weight. Okay. So I think yeah, so I think this is good to go. All right, so yeah, so this is just basically, all right, so lastly, let's try and link up all our pages, right? And then see how we can go from each page. So we did the sign up first of all. So we linked the sign up button to the login.html, right, which is this, and then the login.html. Let's add a link. All right, so we have a link to the homepage.html. So let's just test this out. So we'll start with this. Open the live server. So when we click this, it takes us to the login page. And when we click this, it takes us to the home page. All right. So finally, let's add and then update our GitHub. Git commit. Sorry, git commit home page. Adding home page. All right, so git push the upstream flag, origin, and the branch home page. All right, so it's pushing, and then once it's done, we can confirm from the GitHub page. Okay, so You can confirm that now. Refresh this. And then you can see the home page. When we go to the branch. All right, so we can see the home page. All right. All right, thank you. That will be all for now.